Alright, what's up, guys? So, I think this is the video where the person was defending Just a Robot and stuff. And, yeah, Just a Robot, he shouted the video out. And, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, fam, don't do that to yourself. Like, my advice to this Vincent Martin person, do not do this to yourself. Do not be that person. If maybe there might be still time for you to be like, hey, I realized I made a mistake, like, or just overall own up to it. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to be like Just the Robot's top fanboy, and but I realized that it's more important to realize when somebody did wrong. You can't look at any situation that he's been a part of and be like, oh yeah, Just a Robot did the right thing. He's never done the right thing. I'm like, you go all the way back to when he very first got into content creating stuff. He's never done the right thing. So how can you sit down and properly defend him? Like, that's what I would like to know. I feel like that's a hard-hitting question. How can you sit down in this day and age? How can you defend Just a Robot? That's something that you gotta sit down and ask yourself that question. But anyways, yeah, usually you see where I like and subscribe, but if this is somebody supporting Just a Robot, I'm good. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video. Yeah, make sure if you want to subscribe to Vincent Martin if you feel like it. But anyways,
our future begins.
It seems like Just a Robot got screwed from all angles by trying to cover the Synnibear03 drama. So let me go over the elements of this drama that a lot of people have overlooked. First, a quick recap. It all started with Jar making a horrible video defending another YouTuber named Synnibear03, Synni for short, from grooming allegations from her roommate, another YouTuber named Birdie. Now, you couldn't tell this from looking at Jar's channel, given the video wasn't even up for 48 hours. Jar was asked by many why he decided to reach out to Sydney, and Jar cites a interaction he had with that creepy reading, which seems to check out.
Now, I personally don't believe you have to interview every single person you make a video on, but I got shit from that creepy reading for not interviewing Dav.
Why Jar thought he would apply to this is something I don't even want to attempt to ask him. That's really something I personally think he should have addressed in responding with receipts instead of half the crap he did, but I bring it up because that, along with another element that caught my interest within the video, probably played a bigger factor, but maybe he could have worked that in also.
And I believe that Synni was gaslit into doing that by her roommate who goes by it pronouns. When I saw Kumo coming to the same conclusions about Synni that I came to, along with witnessing him beating a few people in debates about it.
So what I did ask him in DMs is, in your video responding with the receipts, you talked about seeing Kumo beat some people in debates about it. Do you remember where these debates took place? Jar answered back,
it was in his comments. I think he was also in a stream with a few people that started becoming more empathetic to Shinny.
Since Kumo deleted his channel, not a surprise to me, cause let's just say I talked to him a bit a while ago, before this whole shit show went down. And I thought I was smart of him when he claimed he was leaving commentary on one of his streams quite a while ago. Clearly that didn't happen, and it probably would have been smarter for him to get out of commentary. Despite that, I managed to find a sample of one of those debates on Chud Logic's second channel.
We're talking about fucking girl talk here. We're talking about these two were gooning over.
Girl talk, dude?
Yeah, dude, they're sitting here they're sitting here fucking.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, they were
Jesus
frothing
Christ,
at the.
dude,
They were
you sound
frothing.
retarded right now.
All right, okay, you're retarded. So you're gonna listen to me speak, okay?
I feel like this is kind of how he presented it when we spoke even.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
But then, wait a second. Hold on.
Video today?
Hold on a second.
yeah, I really don't know too much about Kumo. I know that he's the one that leaked out Just a Robot's video, because I think it was somebody had sent it to Kumo. Kumo posted the video, and then that's why Just a Robot put together his video, or like his defense video or another defense video. And then the second video, because I think, what was it, like 2 or 3 videos, because it was the one that Kumo had put out, then it was the one that Just a Robot put out, And then I think there might have been, or I think he was working on another one where it was like, I guess he was gonna look over the docs and stuff, but it was like, no, bro, it's too late. Like you said what you needed to say, so it's like, why? Oh, all of a sudden you do it this time around. It's like, it's not no video game. You can't just like, oh, we're gonna come out with a patch update for a video and stuff. No, you defended this girl. So anyway,
when was this? When did this come out? 24th of September.
The important thing I want to take away from this is the date, which is September 24th. These seem to be the factors that led Jar to getting into contact with Cinny directly via DM, which happened on September 28th, 2024. The timeline gets complex from here, so I'm going to skip ahead to where Kumo gets a hold of Jar's second draft, where Kumo uploads it to his channel, which causes Jar to panic upload his video in a rush. A bad move on Jar's part that leads to the failure cascade that follows. Now, most people know about Jar's horrible appearance on Chud Logic's stream, but here's a quick recap for those who are uninformed. It was suggested to Jar that he should send his video on Synnibear by Cinny to Chud Logic for Chud Logic to review. And Chud agreed to watch the video and gave his thoughts on it. Then right after that, someone leaks Jar's DMs to Sydney to Chud Logic on that very same stream, and Chud started reading them. That's when we get this moment, most watched it seems, where you can see Chud smile a bit before exploding into apparent rage because he's making it out like Jar's trying to use him here.
Well, he was. Like, no, the thing is this has already been discussed. This has already been talked about. We all know that Just a Robot wanted to use Chud Logic because he said like, oh, he'll like, I guess see it from my point of view or something like that. But yeah, overall, it's like, it wasn't like, no, or allegedly, or it was twisted, or we got it all the wrong way. No, that's what his intentions were. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, fam, you know, if you are Just a Robot fan, it's like, okay, be a fan, but do what some of his fans are doing. Be a quiet fan. Don't like showcase and tell the world that you're a fan. But anyways. Now I'm curious to see like how Chud Logic would respond to this video, and then what a conversation between him and this Vincent guy, how that would go down.
Okay, dude. Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh, I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording.
You little fucking bitch! You little wretch! Is that what you thought, was it? Is that what you thought? You thought you could piss on my boots and tell me it's raining? Well, tough fucking shit, bro. Unlucky. What fucking planet do you think you're on? That you can use my platform? Like that? You think I wasn't gonna fucking notice? You fucking retard. You little autistic freak.
Holy fuck, dude, I'm furious. I'm fucking furious, bro. Who does this guy think he is?
He thinks he can fucking launder his shitty video past me without noticing and be put out on my channel to my fucking viewers.
After that, for some reason, Jar decides to go on the Chud Logic stream where they milk him for content. This all happens on October 13th.
Hey, milk him for content. Kind of like how Just a Robot, how he milks all the people that he's talked about and made videos on. Kind of like how he milks them for content. All right, man. Come on now. My thing is this. Just a Robot, he is a grown man. If he didn't want to appear on Chud Logic's stream, he very well had that God-given right to say, no, I decline, or no, can't do it, or whatever excuse you are. Sorry, I haven't taken my autism and dyslexia medicine. Yeah, I'm not hearing that, so.
2024. At this point in time, let me switch over to the one recorded session I did with Jar, going over the next sort of event in this drama. Here.
I don't think you've done the same thing here. I'm more, again, in the same way that Jar's like, oh, you know, people are going to say he's the next Coyote, which I am going to start saying, by the way, because he has done exactly what Coyote tried to do.
So he's saying you're doing exactly what Coyote's doing. I find this a little bit insane.
Yeah, Coyote was like talking very sexually, extremely sexually, making advances towards Sappho, and also being like, hey, let's move into, they were like planning to move in together, and they met through I believe Zercarlo, Coyote's roommate, I did not do exactly what Coyote did. Like, I had no plans to meet up with her IRL. I had no plans. I didn't goon with her. I didn't share any porn with her. I didn't hire someone to draw Cinny doing stuff to a 14-year-old like Coyote did. The 14-year-old Sona, to be more precise, not as bad, but still pretty bad. Sorry for shouting there.
No, I'm just getting your... Did you even watch this before you decide to go on? Did you know about this live stream of Beckett here?
No, not at all. Like, you need to understand, there's like a billion trillion live streams going on at any given time. There's just like, I'm gonna be real here, who the fuck watches live streams?
There's an audience for it.
And you know, the funny thing is, Just a Robot, he says things like that as if like, oh, my hatred towards live streams, it has to be, everybody else has to have the same hatred. And the funny thing is, I guarantee it, I promise you, all his fans all watch live streams. There's that one live streamer that they watch, whether it's a friend of theirs. Because my thing is this, all right. So, and I guess like if his fans want to say like, oh, I don't watch live streams, I hate them. I hate all live streamers and stuff. So let's say your best friend, somebody that's like, hey, I want to get into live streaming and all that stuff. You gonna go and start hating on them too? Like, man, it's things like that where it's like, bro, if you don't like it, you don't have to. Stop trying to push it off on other people, what you like and don't like.
Usually they have a parasocial relationship with the content creator they watch, typically.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, it's generally the core audience, and that's who Beckett seems to be catering to. And I'm just saying, I don't know why the fuck, after listening to this, I would have checked what Beckett had to say to Kumo. You gotta love the little live stream rant Jar threw in there. In case you missed it, my point is that the interview Beckett did with him, the Jar call, was on October 17th, 20.
Why is he talking like that? I was trying not to say anything, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just like did something like clogged in his throat or something, but he's talking, he has like that same vibe as Just a Robot, where they talk like they like a director just yelled action or something. It's like, bro, stop acting, just talk, man. It's like, it's things like that where it's like, bro, you're just, the way that you're talking, I'm like, that would annoy me if I had to like sit down and listen to somebody like that for like, yeah, let's say if I had to like sit in a room and then just listen to him talk. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, where's the window? I'm like, I'm just saying, I'm gonna take a dive, because yeah, it's like sit down having to listen to that all day. I'm like, yeah, bro, you and Just a Robot, you guys seem like a match made in heaven. I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I can see why you guys came in contact with each other.
24. The stream I had Jar watch with me, Copecast, Just a Robot Saves Cinny with Kumo, is from October 13th, 2024.
I don't think my position's particularly changed on this stuff. I understand where you're coming from, and I don't want to see you get unfairly lumped in with things like the shit Jar is doing.
Like that, for example.
Yeah, he was calling Cinny sweetheart. Now, I want to make this clear. I don't think, like, while I do think it's possible that Kumo was trying to do something with Cinny, especially because of the fact he was acting like a jealous boyfriend the whole time, I don't believe he had any intentions until I found out that apparently Kumo's girlfriend, this is just a rumor I heard Kumo's girlfriend lives in the UK. So I'm like, if Kumo sounds American, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he wanted to use Cinny thing as a whataboutism. Again, Jar went off on an interesting direction with this. So what I was trying to talk about with this whataboutism line from Kumo is me referring to this.
But I was very clear. I was talking about the discourse around you so that I could cover so I could start a different discourse and have a different discussion without a fucking constant whataboutism. That's why.
If I'm understanding this rant from Kumo correctly, it seems to be him saying that he was doing all this stuff for Synnibear so he could talk about Birdie without people saying, what about Synnibear? You didn't cover that, or something like that. Frankly, I think this is bullshit logic coming from him, but maybe they would have tried to do that.
Why did Jar have to bring Coyote up? Why did he shoot himself like that. I was annoyed because that was my take, and then Jar said it first on Chud Story because I was sat there going,
Beckett's take,
"Oh,
Jar.
I could type in that this is like Coyote," and I think I actually DM'd Chud and was like, "Can you push on the Coyote stuff? I'm fascinated because I'm a cunt."
Yeah, I think it's because like Coyote is like the fucking internet Voldemort name in his community, and he's like, "Listen, I'm not bad."
Well, I
And it's
mean,
like,
Coyote
instead is like, "I'm not Coyote."
He literally did the Coyote thing. That is literally what he
You literally did the Coyote thing. Did you know that, Jar? It seems a little bit weird to me.
Like, okay, I'm more concerned with what Kumo said, like, oh, he treats him like Voldemort. It's like, okay, do you not know what Voldemort is? He's the guy who should not, he who must not be named. I literally named him.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of the Voldemort thing. But
I do think this was stupid to do with Chud. It really was fucking stupid. It gave them ammo for this narrative of them that they keep on repeating. And frankly, I gotta at least berate you a little bit for not doing research and like, okay, this guy wants to talk to me. Let's see what he's talking about. Okay, that's all.
You need to understand, Lio gave me, like, every time I listened to Lio back in the day, it went well for me. Like, if I did what Lio said, everything kind of worked itself out.
Yeah.
But those were times when Lio had my best interest at heart. This time he didn't. To Lio, I was his ticket back to the top.
I wouldn't even say the top, man. I wouldn't even say the top.
Okay, ticket to like almost 90% of the to where he used to be.
What I was trying to talk to Jar about here was him going on Chud Logic. But the reason Jar talked to Beckett was because of Leo Convoy, who had a part in Beckett's video on Jar. So I can definitely say this smells of a setup. Even after listening to the call between the two, Jar and Leo, because of course Leo uploaded it.
Okay, so I think what he's trying to say is that, because I was like, yeah, like watching this video, I ain't like, we're getting into this video. I'm like, I didn't know like what exactly to like. I guess it just seemed like that the point is just being dragged on and stuff. But overall, I guess like getting to the point and saving you guys like 28 minutes and things. I guess yeah, if you make it to this part, you want to stop watching the video, you very well can. But if you want to continue, appreciate it. But it sounds like that he's trying to say that Kumo, Chud Logic, maybe some other people, but he's trying to say like, I guess everybody that's been making the like content on him set Just a Robot up. But it's like you have to see it from, I guess, a normal minded perspective. Just a Robot set him. So do you think all this stuff would have still happened if he would have made that video? So that's why it's like, yeah, you know, you guys see, if you can, my thing is this: if you're going to do a video, you gotta do a video on the likings where it's seen from a mutual perspective. If you want to defend Just a Robot, okay, then do that. But you also have to state the obvious. You can't just be like, oh, he was set up by these guys, and it's like, okay, why was he? If let's just say if that was the case, why was he set up? What's the root of this whole situation? He made a video defending a pedophile. You can't put, oh, these guys set him up over him defending a pedophile. Man, yeah, this guy, I'm like, yeah, I can see why a lot of people didn't like this video, because it's like you're trying to, like, I guess pull some Just a Robot crap where it's like you want people to see things from your perspective, but it's like, fam, you can't even get names right. He done called Leo Convoy, and he keeps saying Synnibear. Man, it's like, and I'm supposed to trust you with defending? Yeah, if this was a lawyer, I'd been like, yeah, bro, you're fired. Go ahead, put me off up in prison, judge. I'm like, I getting a life sentence. Okay, cool. So be it. But like, you're not a good defense person at things. I wouldn't trust you defending nobody and stuff. So, anyways,
and he freaking called Beckett Bear.
Other people came to me asking, and I didn't get involved. Other than
Who's
a couple.
Beckett?
Beckett runs a podcast called the Cope and Seed Podcast, and he's one person.
I know. Okay, now I know who did that.
You need to talk to him because he's going to be fair to you.
Also, he wanted Jar to talk to Kumo.
Another person you need to talk to, and you're going to hate this, Jar. You're really going to hate this. You need to talk to Kumo. If for no other reason than to at least give him your side of some things that are coming.
I meant maybe this wasn't a setup. Maybe Leo is just a really, really bad judge of character or a complete idiot. Still, I'm betting on the setup side of things because of hindsight. And I would say that discussion between the two fits very well into Beckett's Freak retrospective, the Just a Robot files, but it really doesn't.
So I, unfortunately, had the displeasure of going through your Susie video today, because I had it beforehand. Because I've had people tell me it was in there, and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar. I saw you dancing on the grave of somebody who, with the exception of voicing in a video, which you and her resolved between yourselves, dancing on the grave of somebody who'd been nothing but kind.
Like, what does Leo's thoughts about Jar has to do with anything, man? Also the same with Toastify. Is this something to promote these people, or are they trying to give some credibility to Beckett? I'm not going to be soy and say Jar is racist or sexual predator or anything like that, but here are all the things people need to make those claims about him.
The risk of making Jar sound dangerously based, let's just say the racism accusations are more than just doing some voices. Now, while I don't personally care, I think that there is more than enough here that if you wanted to make that accusation, it is a reasonable one to make.
Can't be sure. My bet is on a little bit of both. But let me get back into this mess. This narrative that Jar had a thing for Cinny seems completely ridiculous and applies better to Kumo. I mean, they can say, oh, we can only see Jar doing it with females. Well, fucking open your eyes, you fucking morons. You're trying to make big claims about someone. Yeah, just the cowardly nature of this just annoys me to the degree. If you're gonna try to cancel someone, don't be a bitch about it.
I have only seen him interact with
this guy, man. This is who Just a Robot. He felt like, oh, this is the guy that has my back. This is a guy that's going to lead me into the promised land, and then yeah, overall he's gonna help me get back on track. He's gonna take away all the hate, fam. You know, this Vincent guy, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of things I would like to ask him, you know, but I think we all know the answer to some of those questions. But yeah, it's one of those. I'm just gonna say I'm just happy to be here. I'm just really happy to be here because, yeah, man, this it's stuff like this. It's amusing. It's funny. It's like you're trying your hardest to defend him, but you know. I'm not trying to, but then again, I'm like, this isn't Just a Robot fanboy, so it's like, I could care less. I just feel like that Just a Robot, he's taking advantage of this guy. You know, obviously there's something wrong with this guy mentally and stuff, not on some stuff like, oh, he's just crazy, you brush it off. No, I feel like that something is like truly wrong with this guy. I feel like Just a Robot's taking advantage of him. They most likely did, but yeah, they obviously had some conversation behind the scenes. Just a Robot seen it as an opportunity to be like, oh, okay, well, couldn't take advantage of Chet Logic or anybody else. Let me just take advantage of this Vincent Martin guy. And yeah, you know, he seems like somebody that's not capable of doing things on his own. So it's like and he's a fan of me. Oh, that's perfect. It's like, yeah, it's like these are the type of fans that I want. My thing is this. I guess like with this situation, I guess it'll be a situation where it's like only Vincent and Just a Robot would know about what makes their relationship any different than any other relationship that Just a Robot's had with somebody that's helped them out with his channel or helped them, you know, with anything, I guess. So that's I'm like, you look at like, I guess their relationship now versus Just a Robot's relationship with his roommate, Just a Robot's relationship with any editors or people that he's collaborated with throughout the years. You know, there ain't no difference. It's him taking advantage of somebody that's not capable of thinking on their own. So yeah, it's like that's why I'm like, you know, we're seeing this video the way that it is because it's just, yeah, it's for one a sad attempt at, you know, somebody trying to defend another person. It's like, yeah, they committed some crazy crime and you're thinking that it's like, yeah, you're like, I guess A for effort, you know, for, yeah, you agreed to defending him, but at the same time, it's like, it wasn't a good defense, bro. You might want to, I don't know, it looked like, yeah, he was playing Destiny and some other games and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you might just want to stick to gaming, because defending people, that's not your thing.
Women?
Yes, it's stupid humor, but it's consistent across the board. Male, female, Maybe Jar's a closeted bisexual, but I sort of doubt it. And you can judge him for that if you want. It is weird. Same with the sleepy time call things. But if Jar is lying with this, he's really fucking committed to that fucking lie. And even if it's weird, it's an even weirder narrative that Beckett and his friends really wanted to push. Because they don't have actual proof that Jar has done anything. Well, really.
They're big on that proof stuff. Like, yeah, if you guys seen the conversation between me, Just A Robot, and one of his other fans, I'm like, yeah, they're big on that proof stuff. And it's like, then when you provide it, they're just like, oh, sorry, that was the autistic side of me, and that was the dyslexia side of me. And it's like, no, that was just you. That was just you, nothing else. It's like, stop trying to use excuses.
Besides, tell bad jokes with people he shouldn't have. Because when I asked Jar what he considers himself, not that I'm a big fan of self-ID, but you want to get the grasp of this. He told me he considers himself anti-woke, and most of the ACC are lightly progressive at best. And some of the more woke side of that group try to downplay it.
Another Black creator, Thuman, stepped in to lend support to Omnia and Zay as she felt the two were being unfairly treated by the community. And then Jar appeared with a video collaboration with 2 other creators, so he could also criticize Omnia and Zay. That video he made was dog shit. I would know. I made a video on it at the time. I would link to that video so everyone could go watch it, but it's been private for a long while now. 3 years at this point. Now, I want to be clear about the contents of that video real quick. That is a woke-ass video that was made during a woke-ass time because I am a woke-ass bitch, and I'm fully aware that the political climate has drifted away from where it was when I made it.
But it seems bullshit to me because you don't hide something and try to rewrite it if you're not embarrassed by it. There are exceptions to that, but I doubt that.
You know, that's okay. So that's just something that I'm sitting down thinking about because he ain't talking about nothing. But anyways, my question is that where's the proof that Just A Robot got screwed? You know, where it's like, because if you look at like when Just A Robot, when he gets called out on stuff like whether it's racism, sexism, defending the pedophile, or anything else that he's been called out on, or even, yeah, you know, trying to use Chud logic for his own gain and stuff and own benefit, there was proof. There was DMs, there were messages, there was like actual evidence. You pretty much just stormed into a courtroom and said he ain't guilty. Just based on my own thought process, he ain't guilty. Judge is getting ready to hit the gavel and stuff. Everybody's just looking at you like, what are you talking about, bro? It's like the case is over with. Like, what are you doing in here? This man's, we already determined that he's guilty. You're a day late and $1 short. It's like, get out of here. Go outside and, I don't know, like, chase a squirrel or something. Like, go find your like source of entertainment. But anyways,
that's the case here. And it definitely seems to me the members of
the Synnibear Defense Force
tried to get Jar to have Chud Logic review his video and pressed onto him this sort of thing because they knew that it would turn out something like that. Not all of them, of course, but at least Kumo, because Jar made the claim that he was waiting for his roommate, who was out of town at the time, Professor Dreadlocks, to get back to look it over before he published it. There's also another element that I think might have caused them to think Jar might have gotten cold feet and pressed this on them.
As you can hear at the end of the full call I had with Cinny, I said that I would be making a new draft in defense of Cinny before I talked to Jack. But yeah, I'm going to be changing my video a lot, and I'm also going to have to reach out to Jack because, you know, for all I know, you're...
But can't prove that. Still, Kumo uploading a draft copy of the video Jar gave to Cinny, which caused Jar to rush the video out, and that's how he got on Chud Logic's stream. And after Chud watched it on stream, someone from
the Synnibear Defense Force
leaked Jar's DMs with a Cinny to Chud Logic, where Chud made this really weird leap in logic based off of one message from Jar.
Okay, dude. Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh, I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording... You little fucking bitch! You little wretch!
Yeah, the laughing at the beginning makes me think this is an act of performative anger for the camera. But I really haven't watched...
You know, I think I finally pieced it together. This guy, he sounds like if Donald Trump had CTE. Like that's what this guy honestly sounds like. Like I was sitting down thinking, and I'm like, dang, he sounds like somebody, but like if they got like hit across the head a couple of like times, you know, like it's just. But yeah, I finally like I think that's what this guy who he is, CTE Trump. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm like, yeah, because it's just it was processing. I'm like, dang, I can't think of it. But anyways, getting back to this this 5-star defense video.
Much a chud in quite a long time. The problem with Jar, as it was made clear earlier, the dude doesn't understand the appeal of live streams or audience. They generally have a smaller audience, but a much more dedicated one. Also remember Beckett, who claimed...
And I think I actually DM'd Chud and was like, can you push on the Coyote stuff? I'm fascinated.
Beckett also had this to say about Kumo leaking the Jar video.
Do you know what? I'm going to give a fucking hot take here. Your video was basically done. Kumo disagreed with it. Kumu can be a fucking troll. Like, again, I'm not endorsing it, but also I don't think it's like a cardinal fucking sin.
Which seems absurd to me. This is the same guy, Beckett, who later said this about Kumo in a video.
Child that's going to be abused by its stepfather, this group chat began after one stupid, drunken mistake. Perhaps appropriately, the first message from Kumo is a burning man, which is pretty ironic in hindsight. Once everyone's made their quirky introductions, they get to the business of talking about Synnibear's upcoming video. And a wonderful theme begins to emerge. This group basically constructed Synnibear's defense. Now I have it on testimony that quite a lot of things happen in calls, so we're only really getting a snapshot of the wider picture. But one thing I can confirm is that the idea that Kumu was trying to pull Synni away from this group to maintain some kind of control over the narrative does have legs, if for no other reason than the competing ideas and opinions within this group chat. Kumu's involvement in this group chat is actually kind of limited, at least for driving the narrative. Now there is a good reason for this. It's because Kumu pulled Synnibear into direct DMs so he could have those conversations privately. And now we hit point 1 of ACC gay-opping drama. No one trusts any of the other people they're conducting a gay-op with. This is basically exactly what Jar tried to do.
So how exactly did Jar try to do this, Beckett? Any proof of that? Or are you just throwing that in for no reason?
Wait, where's the proof that he was screwed over? That's what I'm like. This video, I can see why everybody's talking about this, because it's like, okay, you're making an accusation that he was set up, but it's like, okay, where's the proof? Where's like audio recording of somebody saying, hey, we're gonna set up Just a Robot, or even DM something, okay? But it's like you're also making accusations. This video is very hypocritical. It's like, yeah, bro, you should have thought this one through. But I'm like, I guess like, Just a Robot, they probably did have some conversation. They were like, okay, you're gonna do this video, you gotta do like just like how you did with me, all right? He just got some random man like off the street or off of a mentalist insane asylum or something, and he's like, hey, do a video about me, but don't look at nothing, all right? Just look at the headlines, gather up all the information that you need together. My question is, it's like, I feel like that he just watched clips and, little moments and things of each video. He put together whatever he had in his head that, oh, wait a minute, Just a Robot is innocent. And he's like, oh no, he's like, I'm noticing a pattern. He's like, no, these guys tried to set him up. I'm like, are you high? Like, how do you set up somebody when he put out the key thing? He pretty much, my thing is this, with Just a Robot, he pretty much committed a crime with no mask on, no gloves on, nothing. He left fingerprints. He pretty much had looked up at a security camera with a sign that said, my name is Just a Robot and I did this crime, and left right after. And it's like, fam, oh my god, it's like, bro, how do you wake up and then just be like, hey, I'm gonna defend Just a Robot? Like, I feel like if somebody were to tell me to defend Just a Robot and I can't, like, I guess, like, I have to, like, defend him. Like, I have to, like, I guess try to prove his innocence. Yeah, this is how it would go. This is exactly how it would go. I feel like this is how I made videos about 8-9 years ago.
Or more likely, for your sort of narrative that you built up Kumo before he totally spazzed out and you had to do the video, I guess. I don't even know why he followed up with that. Or is Beckett really that dumb that he didn't realize in all likelihood that this
the Synnibear Defense Force
was also trying to gay up Jar Why Occam's razor shouldn't be applied every time, I really think it applies here. They say hindsight's 2020. If that's the case, I think Beckett needs a new pair of glasses. Cause there's just so much other bullshit on this Beckett stream titled Copecast Just a Robot Saves Cinny with Kumo. That seems to be in the aim of convincing the audience that Jar is a sexual predator of some type. At least that seems to be where the rhetoric takes certain people. That Jar had a thing for Cinny, and that's why he defended her. But when it actually comes to actual evidence of that,
what Jar's done, it's pretty fucking similar, to be honest. He got overly, I mean, he really did get overly close to the story, to the person, and then just ran hard defense.
Yeah,
Jar's...
hold on. Thuman asked a very big question. I imagine you don't want to pass this one up.
Sure. Didn't you say that Jar is a creep to most women he talks to, Kumo? Now, before you answer this, I also... So, FPS Diesel played a clip on Chud's stream. I know that clip. I am well aware of the person that is being talked about in that situation. But Jar essentially is overly flirtatious with pretty much everyone he interacts with, by his claim. I have only seen him interact with women, and it seems very weird. What I'll say to you with this is, can we see some, like, have we got evidence of this? Have we got receipts from this?
Yes, I'd have to dig for them. Again, like, the Jar video was not meant to, like... I actually wasn't planning on talking about Jar so soon. Like, the way he, like, stuck his nose in this, it felt like a fucking... It felt like a CW show with, like, all the drama and all the names fucking coming in and sticking their nose in things and complicating shit. So I'd have to go back and dig. But fucking Laka, for example, actually reached out to me and told me she has contact, or that he has contact with Harsh Opinions. So I'll definitely pursue that tale and ask about that more in depth, because as far as like that goes, like the relationship rumors, I think I clarified those are just rumors.
yeah, there isn't a lot. Also, after that stream, Kumo goes on to talk to Cinny with a rather outrageous claim about Jar.
You were freaking out that I was undermining Jar, and this I did, honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should have just let you go down that path. But you're freaking out that I tried to undermine Jar in your best interest. Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was. I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf because of what position you're in. Jar could have raped you, and that's probably what he was trying to, like, that was probably his dream, his end goal.
I think that's the simplest way to explain why people believe Jar is a sex pest at the very best, or have Kumo's insane conspiracy level theory about Jar's sexual antics at the...
So the reason why I would think that, yeah, Just a Robot, he has like he has a weird mind that would definitely, I have to think if the like free will had taken over his brain and he just did whatever he wanted to do, yeah, Just a Robot would have been in prison a long time ago. But even when you sit down and think of the I think was it the Mally malware or something like that, when you see that conversation that he had with her on Discord where he was trying to like get her back to his hotel room, why back to the hotel room? And then he's all like, oh yeah, let's have some drinks and stuff. This is what he said. In case he wants to play some game like, oh, where's the proof and stuff? Literally, check any exposed video that that's been done on you where it's talking about that Mally malware situation. You'll see the messages. But anyways, but my thing is this. I guess, like, if I had to put myself in that situation, if there's like a group of friends that I'm hanging out with, and maybe there ain't nothing to do, that I'm like, yeah, let's just go to the to our hotel room, or to my hotel room, yours, whichever, and things. Let's just hang out, play the game, freaking just sit down and just talk about random crap, but it's like, we ain't gotta drink, we ain't gotta do nothing sexual, we can just sit there and just talk. I enjoy stuff like that. That's what I'll be trying to do when I be hanging out with people and stuff. But my thing is this: what's the even if you're on some like joking around stuff, how do you know that that's that girl's sense of humor? In case he wants to play that whole game like, oh, I was just joking around, I ain't mean that and whatever. And it's like, okay, how do you know that that girl, she's gonna be into whatever your sense of humor is or how you overall talk with people and stuff? You can't assume that everybody, or I get not even on some stuff. I think what it is that he wants people to accept how he talks. And it's like, no, that's not gonna happen. You have to have respect for people. If not that, then my thing is this: from this day forward, don't have no conversations with people. Leave people alone. If you don't have find people that are equally weird like you. But my thing is this: you ain't gonna know. So that's why I'm like, it's just based off of that interaction that he had with Mally Malware, I'm like, yeah, he definitely got some hidden agendas. And I'm like, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if we did look up one day, seen Just a Robot's like actual government name or something, seen he's like a registered sex offender in like 15 different counties or something like that. So yeah, I'm like, it's the thing is this: there could be a bunch of different defense videos coming out about Just a Robot. I have my mind made up about him. I've dealt with him for 9 years. I know that the thing is this: I've seen people like him. He ain't no different. So
very worse. There's a middle ground between those two that most people would be led to the conclusion, but there's a middle ground between those sort of ideas that I still think is very off. So why is Jar still getting shit for trying to make a video defending someone who might be a groomer or might not? Maybe he didn't do a great job as a defense.
like, bro, yeah, he didn't look at the documents either. They say if he did, he's trying to like come up with like, oh, well, how could I now? I guarantee you, I promise you, this gonna be the next person to defend Synnibear.
Attorney for this particular matter here. Maybe that's why Kumo was trying to get him out of the picture. Who the hell knows? I'm also curious why almost 9 months later, for a video that wasn't even on his channel for 48 hours, why Jar is really getting some of these comments still. Well, I know most of it, the telephone effect, people milking this down the line without understanding where all this insanity came from and just assuming it's all true. It's not like
so in your head, it makes sense that I guess it makes more sense. So it makes more sense that people are setting him up than I guess people just letting Just a Robot know about himself. Like there could be people that's late to the situation and they don't know what's going on because Just a Robot's not that not that much of an interesting person. So yeah, then all of a sudden they're like, hey, whatever happened to that one guy with that robot voice? They look his name up, go down this just rabbit hole of just all these different exposure videos. It's like, oh, that's what's going on with him. Because I have seen some stuff like that where people have been like, I haven't watched you in a while, but I'm glad I stopped watching you and things. So yeah, but it makes more sense that people are setting him up than just people let him know about himself. Yeah, this guy, I'm like, yeah, you're you're different. Like, yeah, I've seen people like you, but you're mentally you're different.
Or doubled down on it. The dude didn't double down. And on a related note, but sort of side note, do people actually believe the Chud is fair meme? Because he's not. Chud Logic is a drama streamer. He would tell you that himself. The same of Beckett of Copen Seed.
I feel like there was a day where I joined a Chud Logic stream, and I would imagine that if you know of Just a Robot and you've watched a lot of his videos, you most likely have came across one of my videos. You've seen what you need to see. And if there is ever a day where me and Chud Logic, we sit down and we have a proper conversation and he wants to ask me questions and he wants to, I guess if he wants to call me out on stuff, the thing is this: I have no reason to feel a certain way about Chud Logic. I would 100% do a stream with them. I would 100% a stream interview, anything that this guy wants to do. But based off of the videos that I've seen of his, and then it was like a brief interaction that I had with him in one of his, because I did join one of his live streams one day. He didn't seem like that he had an issue with me. Like, I think he was surprised that I had joined his stream. But it wasn't like on no stuff where he was all like, oh god, this he's here and stuff. So he, in my opinion, that's the thing where I'm like, I guess like I would have to have a longer conversation with Chud Logic, but he doesn't come off as somebody like comparing him to Just a Robot. Yeah, I think if it came down between which creator would I would want to, like, I guess do an interview or a video or have like some sort of conversation with Chud Logic, he seems like somebody that's he's in a right mental state then compared to Vincent and Just a Robot. So, but my personal opinion, I guess maybe others will see differently, but anyways.
Both of them don't just actually report on the drama, but they have to, create it in a certain way. When nothing big's going on, you gotta feed the audience. And I have a couple theories
Okay, what did Chud Logic say that I guess that was it was created? Like what did he create out of this? Okay, let's just go down the timeline. Just a Robot does this video where he's defending Synnibear. People don't like it. It somehow, some way gets to Chud Logic. Chud Logic covers it. And then Just a Robot, he thinks by appearing on Chud Logic's stream without or I guess like thinking that Chud Logic doesn't really have no knowledge of me and stuff. Like I could just go on there, play victim, cry a little bit and all that other stuff. Because I guarantee you, and I promise you, let's say it was on some business where Chud Logic, he just invited him onto the stream just to hear what he had to say. Oh yeah, Just a Robot definitely will play victim. I would 100% he will play victim. So that's like what I guess like. What happened between like from when all this started all the way up until this I guess you started putting this video together? What happened that it seems like that something was created or something was lied or fabricated and all that other stuff? Like what I guess like what do you it's I'm really trying to like piece it together because at the same time it's like I'm trying to put myself in his mindset, but I'm like I feel myself getting dumber if I did some stuff while I'm doing stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, he didn't lie about nothing. There ain't nothing to lie about. Like, so the evidence is there. Just a Robot defended a pedophile. That's it. What are you picking up from this? So besides, like, I guess, just a, so what, he didn't defend a pedophile. That's what you're saying. So what, that video never existed. That video never happened. Oh, because he took the video down, therefore it never happened. This guy, man, I'm like, please, bro, do not do no more defense videos.
How this sort of went down, that I briefly went into at the end of my last video, that I don't want to bring over to this video, but might bring up on a stream very soon. The same can be said of Jar. Talking to him, he has his own set of theories, which he could reveal, but probably would be useless for him to do so. Even though I think
he's trying to like make it seem like that. Oh, I like that's something that like Just a Robot fans like, they try to like play this tactic where it's like, oh, I'm not a fan. I'll say some things that like try to like throw people off. But I guarantee and I promise you, watched all of Just a Robot's videos, subscribed and following him across his social media platforms, then had a whole conversation with him and things. I was like, yeah, if there's a way, I wish and there was too, but if there was a way to see like that whole Discord call between him, and maybe there is, but yeah, I guarantee and I promise you, it's like, yeah, he's a fan, all right? So yeah, you could try to play that game like, oh, I'm not a fan, I don't watch his stuff like that, I just wanted to defend him and things. Why defend him? There's no reason to defend him. So it's like, my thing is this: if you were going to defend him, you should have did it when all this stuff was going down. Why wait until now to defend him and things? So yeah, that's why I'm like, nah, bro. You said what you said. You meant what you meant. You're like, or I guess like the idea more so. You have your mind made up on how you feel about Just a Robot, so you could try to play that game like, oh, I'm not a fan of him. Come on now.
Some merit to them, and I'm not going to reveal them here, because even if he's correct with his guess, I don't think he's seen the big picture, that these people really just want to make content, and pushing someone into the zone where you can do this with them is something that they seem to be good at. Because let's say Jar did another response, this would just reunite all this crap that just give those who exist in these little gated communities more jargon. That's not my word for it, that's theirs.
I've seen some harsh comments about myself and my coverage, and I don't think they understand that none of us care.
See, they don't care. They want to find more people like Jar so they can create their content. Hell, this reminds me a lot of fucking Lily Trick. Someone that a lot of people have been milking for content recently. I could agree her media takes are rather god awful, but I think it's more her sexual deviance and possible crimes. Allegedly, I can't prove it, so let me put that here, but it seems pretty solid to me. And by solid, I mean what information I know, which could be complete bullshit, but probably not. But does that really matter? When in doubt, they'll just, you pluck someone from that person's fan base or supporter of some type to sort of prove how much of a spurg that content creator, because their fan is, or their friend or associate. Guilt by association is what I'm pretty much saying to judge these people. And in some cases, it might apply, but most of the time, who the hell knows?
What is he
They
talking
form
about?
these
How
little
long
communities and just back each other up. It's each other like Beckett, of course. And instead of actually having anything grand or substance to say, hell, locale content, it's for some. Definitely on the borderline. Is questionable.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we get it. It's like this video is so stupid. I usually don't be trying to criticize videos like that, but yeah, that video was dumb. I'm like, yeah, bro, you just stay away from doing defense videos. But yeah, I can't watch the rest of that, because if I do, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna probably do a video defending Just a Robot. Yeah, that video was horrible. I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, if you're going to do a defense video on somebody, make sure that, I guess, like, the stuff that they're being called out for or whatever, like, there's like a lack of evidence with it. So, like, let's say people were saying, oh, Just a Robot defended Synnibear behind the scenes. Then I feel like that defense video can come out of that. He literally uploaded a video defending Synnibear. DMs came out between him and Synnibear where he was like, yeah, he was flirting with her. He was like having an and even if you don't want to call it flirting, he was building a friendship with Synnibear or some sort of relationship with Synnibear. You can't hide behind that. You can't just be all like, oh, well, y'all took it the wrong way. That's all. I'm like, man, like, what did you like pick up from all that stuff? You had all this time to make a video, and this was the best that you could come up with. Yeah, bro. That's one of those things where I'm like, man, don't do no more defense videos. I'm like, that's one of those things where it's just, yeah, it's that was a sad attempt. That was an extremely sad attempt at a defense video. So, but anyways, yeah, if you guys want to subscribe to Vincent Martin. But anyways, till next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next stream, and peace.